Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamara Jordan, Tammy Turns Pages. I am so glad that you are here and that you decided to turn pages with me today. Today we are going to go over my spring TBR. I initially wanted to do this video because I obviously want to read a bunch of books this spring and I feel like this is going to hold me to it. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Grab a cozy drink or a snack. I'm going to try to go fast. Let's get into it. These are not going to be in any particular order, like literary fiction or fantasy. I'm just going to go, one by one. And I will put all the books that I speak about in the video description below. All right, so the first book is called The Celestial Wife. So this one is by Leslie Howard. I have never read anything by Leslie Howard, but I am very intrigued. This one is about our main character, Daisy. I think she's like 15 or 16 years old. She is technically waiting for placement. She is going to be a sister wife, and she thinks her religion tells her that polyamory is the only way to go to heaven. And it's just her story about, I think, waiting to become a wife, a sister wife, or waiting for placement. And I don't know, it sounds exciting. I think it would be really good to read, and this is literary fiction. Okay, so the next one is called Madonna in the Fur Coat. This one is by Sabahattin Ali. This book I know is a lot of yearning. I especially wanted to read this just because it's obviously a novella. It's pretty short, but I've heard that it's like really, really rich and really beautifully written. And I know that people, like, this is some of their favorite writing that they've ever experienced. And yeah, I just want to read it because of that. But this is about a man who falls in love with he keeps going to see this painting and kind of falls in love with the painting and the woman in the fur coat, and then kind of segues to meeting her somehow randomly. Is the dream the same as the reality? Is it as good? So yeah, so this is the next one. The next one is A Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzie Lee. This one is fantasy-ish, and also I feel like it has definitely has a lot of like feminist elements to it, which I love. I loved the first book in this series, Gentleman's Guide to some Vice and Virtue or something like that. I do like the series. I think this is YA, but I'm excited to continue with this series. But this is about the sister of Monty, which was in the first one. I think she is meant to enroll in school, but instead decides to become a pirate. So, and it takes her on all these adventures, and I'm excited to read it. So the next one is Daisy Miller by Henry James. I don't know anything about this book, really. I just know it is a classic. It's a novella. People love this book, so I want to read it. I feel like definitely springtime calls for classics, fantasy, and romance. So, yeah. So this book is the next one that I want to read. It's called Things We Left Behind. This is by Lucy Score. This is another book in a series. And yeah, this is about Lucian and Sloane. Lucian is kind of like a bad boy type, and Sloane is a librarian who is, kind of feisty. Their worlds collide and they fall in love. And I'm excited to read it. It's a little bit chunky, but I am excited to read this. I want to continue with this series. And the cover is very spring. The next one is called All Fours. This is by Miranda July. This one I've been wanting to read for a long time. I got it when I was in Minnesota last year, and I need to read this. This came out more than a year ago. But I know this is about a woman who is an artist, and she decides to leave her family and leave everything behind and go on like this kind of solo sex quest. And I really, 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 really need to read this book. I think this sounds so fun. And I know a lot of people, it's won some awards too. But yeah, I know a lot of people really, really enjoy this story. Very weird, apparently. This is literary fiction. Okay, so this next book is called All Paths Lead to Paris. This is the second in I guess this is a duology. The other one is called All Roads Lead to Rome. I haven't read that one yet, but I do really feel like Paris and spring are really synonymous and they go with each other. So I wanted to read this one first. I don't think it matters which way you read it, but this book follows our main character, Ori. She is an influencer, and she has gotten her dream job to work in Paris for, I think, the summer or for the year. And her life looks really perfect from the outside. She's dating kind of like a faux celebrity. She's also kind of like a faux celebrity in a way. But she's dating this, fake dating this faux celebrity. But when she's in Paris, she realizes it's not all that it's cracked up to be, and she meets someone who's very real, very down to earth. His name is Killian, and sparks start to fly. This is new adult. Yeah, I'm excited to read this. This looks really fun. Look at this beautiful book, and then look at the daisies. Oh, so this one is Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. This is by Jessa Hastings. I am still working through this series. This is number 4 in the Magnolia Park series. I like Daisy a lot. I like Magnolia, but I love Daisy's story, and I'm surprised it's taking me this long to get to her story. But yes, I do really want to read this. This is just the next part of her story. It's just about a girl or 2 girls, but they are socialites basically in London, and they have really toxic relationships with specifically their partners. But I would say Magnolia's relationships are a bit more toxic than Daisy's, but you know, she has her own toxicity. Anyway, long story short, I love this series. I love Jessa Hastings' writing, so yeah, I really want to hop into this spring. The next one, look at how beautiful this book is. Oh, it's gorgeous. But this one is called The Swiss Family Robinson. This one is by Johann Rudolf Weiss. And this movie was one of my favorite movies growing up. You can find it on the Disney Channel still. It still exists there. But this is pretty short. It is about a family who washes up onto an island after a shipwreck, and they have to figure it out. And I feel like this is perfect for spring. It gave me springy vibes when I used to watch it. So the next one is The Swiss Family Robinson. Another paper mill classic is Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. I don't really know a lot about this, to be honest, which is crazy, but I do know it is an adventure and I want to read it. So this is the next one. This is probably could also be read in the summertime too, so we'll see. But okay, so the next one is The Undermining of Twyla and Frank. This is by Megan Bannon. I have recommended this book to you guys before. I also recommended The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. This is 2 other people, Twyla and Frank. They're basically marshals for this land called Tanrian, and they have to police the humans and also the souls. They're almost like zombies, kind of. Basically, they reconnect. So they've been working together for a while. Something happens, they reconnect, and they think, I wonder if we can work together again. I wonder if we can be successful. And when they're doing that, they're going on these different quests, and they end up really realizing that they care about each other more deeply than just being best friends. She's a widower too, and this is a mature romance, which I appreciate. I think she's in her, they're saying middle age. I'm going to go 40s and 50s maybe. Yeah, so I think she's in that age range, and I think he is too. So yeah, this is the next one. The next one is The Invocations. This is by Crystal Sutherland. She wrote one of my favorite books, House of Hollow. This is about 3 girls basically with nothing left to lose. They both have their own particular situations and scenarios that they're in that are forcing them almost to make the decision to become a part of this coven and use their magic to help them out in this scenario or these scenarios that they're in. And it basically just kind of toggles back and forth with like, is this the right choice? Are we getting too powerful? Is this good? Is this not good? Just their dynamics together are supposed to be pretty intense and pretty extreme. And I did hear really good things about this story and this novel. So yeah, I really want to read this. I feel like this could probably go for fall as well, but honestly, this is fantasy. I think it could kind of, this is probably a little bit of urban fantasy, to be honest, and maybe a little bit of magical realism a little bit, but I think that can go at any time. You can read that anytime. So this will be the next one. And then the last one is this. It's Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. I was not able to read this one for winter. I instead read Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, and that was a 5-star for me. It was great, but I still have yet to read this, and I would really like to get to it because I feel like this would be a great book to read either in the spring or in the fall. So if I don't get to it in the spring, I will try to get to it in the fall. But this is a chunker. It's over 1,000 pages, but I think that's what's putting me off. But basically this is, if you don't know anything about this, this is Hermione fanfic, pretty much Draco Hermione. It's fanfic. It was on AO3 for a long time, but they have obviously had to, the author has had to change a lot of the content to make it publishable. It is now alchemized. It's supposed to be incredible. It is supposed to be like the best thing that anybody has ever read. So I do really want to get to this. This is fantasy. It is very magical. I heard the magic system is really, really cool. And I heard that the fantasy and the world building is incredible. I need to get to it. So this is the last one on the list. So those are the books that are really, really on my radar right now, but it's obviously going to change. I do have some arcs that I have been approved to, listen and read. Things are going to change a little bit, but I'm hoping to get to these books for sure in the next 3 months. If you like this video, please don't hesitate to like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you could, please let me know what you're hoping to read this spring season, because spring is, such a beautiful season. I hope you are having a good day, and I will see you in the next one. And if you made it this far, please leave me a spring flower or a tulip emoji. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.